So good afternoon to all criminology students and welcome to our discussion regarding Human Rights Education CLJ 2. So tapos na tayo dun sa discussion natin ng different kinds of rights, classifications, and then yung characteristics na discuss na rin natin, and then yung mga principles regarding human rights, and then as well as the legal basis of human rights. Ngayon, we will continue our last topic before you take your prelim, and that is the 30 Universal Human Rights. Ito po ay nakabase sa tinatawag nating Universal Declaration on Human Rights na na-discuss din po noong nakaraan na galing sa United Nations. Okay? So number 1, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. Again, papaalala ko, when it comes to dignity, it has something to do with the worth of human being. Ang halaga mo ay kaparehas ng halaga ng katabi mo o ng halaga ng ibang mga tao regardless of your ethnicity or background. Number 2, everyone is entitled to rights and freedom without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political affiliation or opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or any other status. Meaning to say, when it comes to human rights, non-discriminatory tayo. Okay? The mere fact na ang isang tao ay tao, entitled siya sa kanyang mga karapatan at sa kanyang kalayaan. And number 3, everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. Okay, self-explanatory that lahat tayo ay may karapatan na mabuhay, magkaroon ng ari-arian, maging malaya. Okay, so maging secure. Okay, number 4, no person or no one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. Kasi po, there was a time in the human history na nagkaroon tayo ng tinatawag na slave trade na tinatrato ang isang tao as commodity. When we say commodity, ibinebenta. So bawal na po yun. Bawal na nating pagkakitaan ng isang tao na unknowingly or labag sa kanyang kalooban. Okay? So dapat ang pagtatrabaho ay kusang loob, and then syempre you have your own salary. So there's no such thing as slavery o yung servitude. O yung servitude is ikaw gagawa ka pero wala namang bayad. So number 5, no one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. So when it comes to different laws of different countries, so syempre kapag may ginawa ka na against the law, you eventually will receive a punishment. At dapat yung mga punishment na ito ay hindi inhuman. Ibig sabihin ng inhuman is hindi makatao. Okay? Cruel. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin cruel, yung gravity of the punishment is sobrang unequal with the offense naman. So, bawal din po yun. Number 6, everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. Meaning to say, may karapatan tayong lahat na pagdating sa batas, i-recognize kung sino tayo. Okay? 7, all are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of law. Equal protection means if you are an offender, dapat may protection ka sa batas. If you are a victim, dapat may protection ka rin sa batas. If you are a witness, dapat may protection ka rin sa batas. At kahit wala ka din sa judicial process natin, kahit ikaw ay ordinaryong civilian, dapat may protection ka pa rin sa batas. 7, everyone has the right to an effective remedy by the competent national court or acts violating the fundamental rights granted him by the Constitution or by the law. Okay? Effective remedy. What do we mean by right to effective remedy? Meaning, kapag ako ay merong banta sa security o sa buhay ko, for example, ay calamity or yung global warming, may right ako to effective remedy. What does it mean? Meaning, bago pa man ako maapektuhan ng disaster o kung ano pa man, may karapatan ako na yung government ko is binibigyan o binibigyang lunas yung mga banta o mga risk na ito. Okay? Tawag doon, effective remedy. Halimbawa, nagkaroon ako ng problem din. So, makatutulong dapat yung government sa pag-solve ng problem ko as citizen. So, that is the right to an effective remedy. Number 9, no one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. What do we mean by arbitrary? Arbitrary as something to do with the lawfulness. Pag sinabi nating arbitrary, unlawful, ibig sabihin hindi makatarungang pag-aresto, pag-detain, or pag-exile. So, bawal po iyon. Number 10, everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial court in the determination of his rights and obligations and of any criminal charge against him. So, meaning to say, when it comes to judicial process, sa mga korte natin, dapat fair, walang kinikilingan. Kaya nga kapag, for example, ang isang judge is may conflict of interest, halimbawa, kamag-anak niya yung nasasakdal o yung complainant, so pwede siya mag-inhibit sa isang kaso kapag nakikita niya na may conflict of interest siya. Kasi deserve ng mga tao yung tinatawag nating impartiality ng ating mga korte. Okay? At syempre, public hearing dapat. Walang sinisikreto. 11, everyone charged with a penal offense has the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. So nakalagay din ito sa ating constitution, hindi lang dito sa as universally acknowledged. Kasi everyone is entitled to claim that he or she is innocent. Okay? At ang korte lamang ang magsasabi that a person is guilty, a person is convicted, at talagang siya ay may pagkakasala at siya yung gumawa ng pagkakamali. Number 12, no one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, or to attacks upon one's honor and reputation. Meaning to say, ito yung karapatan natin to privacy. Okay? Yung privacy of communication. Diba? Number 13, everyone has the right to freedom and movement on residence within the borders of the state. Karapatan mo to travel. Pumunta ka sa Palawan, pumunta ka sa Mindanao, ay magbakasyon ka. Yan, karapatan mo yan hanggat kaya mo. Next is 14, everyone has the right to seek and to enjoy in other countries asylum from prosecution. What does it mean? Asylum from prosecution. Kapag ang isang grupo ng tao o isang tao is na prosecute, it's either politically o dahil sa kanyang race, dahil sa kanyang ethnicity, dahil sa kanyang kultura, may karapatan siyang pumunta sa ibang bansa at mag-seek ng protection kasi nga napro-prosecute siya. Okay, there is an existing prosecution against his life, against his liberty. So, karapatan po 'yun na kapag ang isang tao na pro-prosecute na sarili niyang bansa, pwede siya pumunta sa ibang bansa to seek an asylum. Okay? So, an asylum is parang lungga na ikaw ay kukupkupin ng isang bansa kasi nga nanganganib yung buhay mo. Next 15, everyone has the right to nationality. Yan. So, ano yung ating nationality at i-claim natin yung nationality. 16, men and women of full age without any limitation due to race, nationality, or religion have the right to marry and to have a family. Meaning to say, ang marry, ang pagpapakasal is a choice. And to have a family is also a choice as well. 17, everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. May karapatan ka magmay-ari kahit ilan pa yan. Okay? 18, everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. Okay? So, may right to religion. Alamin kung ano yung tama at mali. Okay? Maniwala sa isang particular na church o kahit hindi ka maniwala sa kahit anong reliyon, that is your right. 19, everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. Okay? Although sabi ko nga nung mga nakaraan, diba? There's no such thing as absolute rights. Okay? So, dapat subject to limitation yan. 20, everyone has the right to freedom and peaceful assembly and association. No one may be compelled to belong to an association. Bawal pilitin na sumali sa isang association. Dapat tayong lahat ay may karapatan to join or umalis sa isang assembly or sa isang association. 21, everyone has the right to take part in the government of his country, makipag-participate, and directly or through freely chosen representatives. The will of the people shall be the basis of the authority of the government. Okay? So, kaya nga tinatawag natin, di ba? Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Kasi dapat ang taong bayan ang gumagawa ng gobyerno at dapat ang mga mamumuno sa gobyerno at magiging representative natin sa gobyerno dapat pinili ng taong bayan. Okay? Next, number 22. Everyone as a member of the society has the right to social security and is entitled to realization through national effort and international cooperation, and in accordance with the organization and resources in each state of the economic, social, and cultural rights indispensable of his dignity and the free development of his personality. What does it mean? Meaning, yung pagpapaunlad o yung development mo sa sarili mo is your right. Okay? It's either economic, development economically, na gusto mo magpayaman, gusto mo magnegosyo, gusto mo magtrabaho para kumita. So, karapatan mo yun. And then social, karapatan mong makisalamuha sa iba. Cultural, ganun din sa iyong kultura. Okay? So, that is your right. Okay? And then yung social security. Meaning, dapat secure tayo at safe tayo at there's a sense of safety in the environment and in the community. Next, 23. Everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment. Mamili ng kung anong trabahong gusto, to just and favorable conditions of work. Kapag nagtatrabaho ka na, may karapatan ka na maging safe ka as employee. Okay? Favorable yung conditions, hindi ka nahihirapan, and to protection against unemployment. Yung government must do its best na para magkaroon tayo ng trabaho as individual. So, ang tawag natin doon, right to protection against unemployment. Maproteksyonan tayo laban sa pagiging unemployed. And 24, everyone has the right to rest and leisure. Yan, magpahinga, and then leisure is maglibang. Okay? Maglaro ka ng basketball, tumakbo, mag-jogging, mag-exercise, karapatan mo yan. Including reasonable limiting of working hours and periodic holidays with pay. Okay? So, yung mga holidays natin, may with pay yan kapag nagtatrabaho na kayo. 25. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and of his family, including food, clothing, and housing and medical care, and necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of unemployment, sickness, disability, widowhood, old age, or lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond his control. What does it mean? Meaning, we have the right na that the government must do its best to uplift the lives of every citizen. When we say uplift, is mapagaan yung buhay ng mga tao. Kaya nga may mention siya dito ay adequate standard of living. Okay? Ganun din sa health, yung ating kalusugan, di ba? Yung accessibility sa healthcare. Ganun din sa food, cloth, and then housing. Yan, karapatan natin na mabigyan tayo ng mga basic necessities natin na when it comes to unemployment, may matatakbuhan tayo para maging employed. When it comes to sickness, may matatakbuhan tayo para sa healthcare. When it comes to disability, may matatakbuhan tayo para sa tulong. When it comes to widowhood, old age, lack of livelihood, may matatakbuhan tayo. So those are our rights. Okay? 26. Everyone has the right to education. Yan, education shall be free, at least in elementary and fundamental stages. Elementary education shall be compulsory. So we have the right to education, karapatan matuto, mag-aral. 27. Everyone has the right freely to participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in scientific advancement and its benefits. Okay? So, when it comes to community, there are different programs in the community such as when it comes to cultural life nandun yung street dancing, mga cultural shows, mga tuklas talino, 'di ba? Yung mga talent shows. So may karapatan tayo to participate on those events. And then arts, ganun din. Scientific advancement, ganun din. And then everyone is entitled to social and international order. Karapatan din natin yun, na internationally safe tayo. Walang mga bansa na nag-aaway-away at kapag meron nagkaroon ng digmaan, may karapatan tayo na syempre magkaroon ng kapayapaan. At least in international order or international stage. 29, everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible. In the exercise of his rights and freedoms, everyone shall be subject only to such limitations as determined by law solely for the purpose of securing due recognition and respect for the rights and freedoms of others and of meeting the just requirements of morality, public order, and general welfare in democratic society. Okay, so when ito ay may kinalaman sa pag-participate natin in the community and pag-uphold natin ng ating mga rights and freedoms responsibly. Okay? May limitations, kaya naman dapat responsible tayo in upholding our rights and freedoms. And last, number 30, no state, group, or person must engage in the activity to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any of the universally recognized rights and freedoms. Walang bansa, walang grupo, walang individual na dapat makaviolate nitong mga karapatan na to. Mag-suppress nitong mga karapatan na to. Okay? The General Assembly adopted the Universal Declarations of Human Rights, Education, and Training. It called on countries to implement human rights education in every sector of the society. Okay? So yun po yung 30 na universal human rights. Okay? And then, ito, meron lang tayong 3 generations of human rights. When we say generations, so ito po yung mga, pag sinabi nating generations, ito yung unang binigay. Okay? And then susunod na dapat, pag naibigay na to, and then susunod na generation, dapat ibibigay. And then susunod na generation, dapat ibibigay ng Estado. Okay? First generation, yung mga first and foremost na dapat ibigay ng ating state is yung civil and political rights. First generation of human rights yun. For example, right to life, freedom and of expression, freedom of religion, fair trial, okay? And then, freedom from torture and arbitrary detention. Ito yung mga basis niya, historical context na na-discuss po natin nung pinakauna, okay, na topic natin regarding history of human rights. Ito yung mga basis ng civil and political rights. And then we have the third generation of human rights. Okay? So, yung third generation is the collective and solidarity rights. Okay? So, sa collective and solidarity rights, ito po yung mga karapatan natin, okay, collectively, meaning to say kinakailangan natin ng kasama, okay, para maklaim natin itong mga karapatan na ito. I-mention ko lang din kasi wala dito dun sa generations of human rights yung second generation of human rights. Teka lang, i-flash ko lang siya. Okay. Ito pala, ay, di ko kayang i-post. Di ko ma-post, pero dun sa ating module, makikita nyo naman, ano. So, di ko kasi ma-exit itong naka-project sa inyo. But anyway, yung second generation of human rights ay yung economic, social, and cultural rights. After nung first generation na civil and political, ito na po yung ating ibibigay. Okay? So, yung examples ng mga economic, social, and cultural rights ay yung right to education, right to work, and fair wages, and social security, adequate standard of living, nandun din yung food, housing, and healthcare, and then participate in cultural life. And then yung nakikita nyo naman is the third generation of human rights. Ito yung collective or solidarity rights. Okay? Ito yung mga rights that emphasize the collective and global dimensions of human rights, meaning pandaigdigan na to, global dimensions, addressing issues that affect groups and humanity as a whole. Meaning to say, kapag ito na-violate mo, parang may crime ka against humanity. Ano-ano yun sila? Crime, right to self-determination, right to development, right to health and environment, right to peace, and right of minorities and indigenous peoples. Okay? Historical context dito, these rights gained prominence in the later half of 20th century, particularly in response to decolonization. Kasi sobrang hirap ng tao after nung colonization period, yung mga pananakop, globalization and emerged global changes like environmental degradation, yun yung mga naranasan ng mga tao, and then international conflicts. They are often less well-defined and more aspirational compared to the first two generations. So, yun po yung mga generations of human rights. Ngayon, for your essay, ito yung ating gagawin. Okay? So, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights has been the cornerstone of international human rights law since its adoption in the General Assembly in 1948. Discuss the significance of the UDHR in shaping the modern human rights norms and its impact on national and international legal frameworks. In your essay, evaluate the challenges of implementing the UDHR in diverse cultural, political, and economic contexts, providing examples to support your arguments. So ito po yung ating essay that will be submitted dun sa ating LMS. Okay? So ito po yung ating dapat sagutan. Pwede nating screenshot. Kasi wala na ito sa LMS. Okay? So kapag hindi ito naka-reflect itong question na to sa LMS. I-upload na lang po natin yung ating document sa LMS para ating ma-checkan syempre. Again, paalala, walang magpapasa ng screenshot. Okay? Lahat ng ipapasa must be in a form of document or in a form of text. Okay? Walang magpapasa ng screenshot. Okay? So, if there are any questions, ay pwede lang po tayong i-chat dun sa ating GC and pwede lang dun mag-message. Okay? So, goodbye class and have a good week ahead.